All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to build out the LearnTech Now page. All right, so let's go to our starter page. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to go to the Premium Plus page, which we built in the previous lecture. And I'm going to copy over the navigation bar, okay? So I'm going to right click on it and hit copy. I'm going to select the LearnTech Now page, right click and hit paste. And now we have the nav bar. Then we're going to grab the page name. We're going to right click and copy. And I'm going to paste that over here. Now we have the page name. So we're going to bring that down so we keep in order our assets or layers or groups. We keep them in order. Okay. So I'm going to change this from Premium Plus to LearnTech Now. All right. So I'll bring that over. Beautiful. I'll save it. And now what we're going to do is let's look at the finished product and let's replicate what we did here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab daily videos, the text here. I'm going to right click and copy that. And I'm going to paste that in here. Okay. All right. So we'll line this up and we're going to do 30 pixels from the page name, okay? And then when I bring in the icons and all the buttons and all that, I want to do the same thing, and I want it to be 30 pixels from the bottom of daily videos, okay? So what we're going to do is let's go to the finished product here, and I'll just click on this. And so you can see here when I did this, I grouped these all together. So if we wanted to, I could just copy this and bring it over. But I want you to build out at least one of them, and then we're going to copy the other ones. Okay? That way you understand what I'm doing, because basically what I did here is I created the thumbnail and then created the watch button with the background and the label here, which tells you, okay, this is a video. Okay? So if you're looking for a specific thing, okay, it's video. All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on it and select the HTML5 course thumbnail. I'm going to copy that. Okay. We'll minimize this and I'll bring it over here. And let's move this down. Okay. So daily videos is the name of the page, or the content, I should say, not the page. And we're going to make a group of daily videos when we're done. Okay. So I'll right click and let's paste this in. So we have the HTML5 course, and what I want to do is I want it to be 30 pixels from the daily videos text. So it's even, so our margin is even on the top and the bottom. Okay. So it looks really clean and neat. That's what we're looking for here. Okay. So with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to build the button next. So I'm going to grab the rectangle tool and we're going to draw a rectangle right below this. Okay. And if I did this correctly, let me see here. I did not, so we'll fix that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to kiss the corner, and you can see when you get to the edge of the image, it's going to have a little pink line here that's lining it up. And I'm going to turn the border off. Okay, and we'll give it a fill of the blue that we saved before. And we'll just copy the text. And then we're going to do this a few more times. So let's see here. If it wants to cooperate with me. And then we're going to group this too. So we're going to group the HTML5 course. So the rectangle, the complete HTML5 course, we're going to group both of those. And we're going to grab the text and this little label right here. I'm just going to get the measurements only. We're going to copy that and then we'll paste it here. And we'll get the size of the button that I had in the final project. So let's see what the height is. It's 80 pixels. Okay. So we can fix that. And what I'm doing by comparing this with the final project is that essentially is our mock-up. Even though it's the final project, that would be equivalent to a mock-up if you're working in a business environment where somebody mocks up the design for you. Let's say that they build a rough draft for you and then you do the graphics itself. Or a drawing. They give you a drawing and this is a rough drawing that they give you and then you turn it into graphics. So all you really need when you're doing that, when you're taking it from mock-up to what we're doing now, is to draw it out on a piece of paper or draw it in Adobe XD itself. And then you could do the mock-up from there. Okay. So now we have our watch button. And the last thing we want to add here is the label for the video. So the only thing I want to get is the measurements. So we have 131 in width. So the width is 131 and the height is 26. 26, I mean, not 26th. So I'm going to grab a rectangle and we're going to give it a width of 131 and a height of 26. Okay, and I'm going to take the border off and we're going to give it the light blue color and we're going to give it a margin from the top of the image of 10 pixels. Okay. Let's make sure we're 10. Okay, so let's do 10. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're at 10 and I'm going to copy the text. Okay, so we'll minimize that and then I'll paste it in here. And if you hold Alt, it'll give you what the dimensions are. Now I can't read that because it's pink, which is really annoying. Wow. Okay, I can't even read that myself. Okay, so we'll just eye it the best we can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. So this is going to be our template for all of them. So let me select from video to the complete HTML5 course. I'm going to right click and we're going to group this. And we'll call this HTML5. Whoops, HTML5, not HTML. Okay, there we go. So we'll keep that below daily videos. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to make this really easy. And we're just going to hold Alt and drag down. And we're going to do the 30 pixel margin. Okay. Then we're going to come over here. I'm going to double click on the CSS image and just copy that. Okay. Or you can come right over here and right click and copy. Okay. Then I'm going to bring that in here. Okay. And we're going to double click on HTML5. And we'll just drag this down there. And then I'll delete the HTML5 image and then we'll just line this up. Okay. So essentially what I did there is I just moved it into the layers panel and lined it up so that it would equate to what we have with the other one above it. And then we don't have to change out this. So remember, the watch button and the video label, those are a template. So the only thing you're changing is the thumbnail. Okay. So we're going to do that again. So we're going to change the name of this to CSS3. Okay. And next time when I copy it, we're going to name it right away. Okay. So we're not looking for it, trying to figure out what's what. So let's right click on it. We're going to copy and then we'll paste. And then we're going to call this one JavaScript. Okay. So let's call that JavaScript. Okay, and we'll drag that down. And we're going to do a 30 pixel margin. Okay, and the only thing we need to change out is the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click on the JavaScript image. I'm going to right click on it and hit copy. We will minimize this and go back to our starter file. I'll double click on the complete CSS image here. I'm going to hit Command V on the Mac, Control V on the PC, and we'll drag this down again. And again, we're just going to keep doing this repetition a few more times while we build out the template here. And this is the nice thing about having a template is it makes it easy to really add content quickly. So if you have a lot of stuff and you just need to mock out something quick, you just grab the template and you are on your way. Okay, so, and I goofed up. Okay, well, we'll just rename this then. So what I did is I messed up. I actually added the JavaScript file to the CSS file, and I added and kept the CSS file on the JavaScript file that I renamed. So we're just going to flip that. That's my bad. I apologize if I confuse you on that. But we're going to just keep going here. So let's grab the next one. So we're going to copy the JavaScript file. I'm going to paste it, and we're going to name it jQuery, right? Okay, then we'll bring it down. And what I want to do is actually bring this down, okay, with a 30 pixel margin. Make sure it's the right one. It's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the JavaScript one, and we'll bring down the jQuery file, okay? And then we'll turn the JavaScript folder group back on and then push it back up, okay? So I'm going to lock these just so that we can't mess with the wrong folder. Huh. All right, which I normally do when I'm using Photoshop or Illustrator. I always lock layers. So come on, Josh, why aren't you doing that with Adobe XD? So I'll double click on the jQuery image here. We're going to right click on it and copy. I'm going to minimize this, and then I will paste it here. And we're going to bring it down to the jQuery folder itself, and we'll drag it down to the bottom, and then delete the JavaScript image, and then bring it up and kiss it to the bottom of the, actually to the top of the button, so that it lines up exactly like the other ones. And we're going to do that 2 more times, and then we're done here. So let me select the jQuery folder. I'm going to copy that. Then we're going to paste it. And I will lock this jQuery folder so we can't do the same thing that we did a couple times. And then I'm going to bring this down once I select it. Okay. Got it. Okay, so let me turn that one off, and then let's drag it down now. Okay. So what it's doing is when it copies, this file is on the top and this is on the bottom, so that's why you can't see it. So what I'm going to do on the next one is I'll leave it at the top. That way we can drag it down. You always want to leave the file that you need to move on the top, otherwise it will get buried in the layers. Okay, so let's save this file. Let's go over to our finished product here and grab the SVG image. So I'll right click on that, copy. Okay, I'm going to minimize that. And then double click on this. I'm going to hit Command V or Control V on the PC. I'll drag this down to the bottom, delete the jQuery file, and then line up the SVG thumbnail so that it fits exactly like our other ones did. Okay, beautiful. And there we go. So now we have, and I'll rename this to SVG so we know what it is, so we can easily manage it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to group the daily videos together. So we'll select the daily video text, hold Shift, go down to SVG, right click, and group this. Okay. Oh, it's locked. Okay. So side note, you can't group locked folders. So unlock those, then we'll right click and copy, not copy, but group. And now we have a group. So we'll do daily videos. And this just makes it easier to edit as well. So if you need to do a quick mock-up, say, hey, I need a mock-up of LearnTech Now, but we're going to switch out the videos, right? So instead of HTML5, it'll be Photoshop. You just grab this template and then change out the thumbnails, and then you're ready to go. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add the footer. So I'm going to go to the Premium Plus page, which is to our left. I'm going to right-click on footer, copy it, and then I'm going to paste it into the LearnTech Now page. Drag it to the bottom so that we're in order, so we have nav bar at the top. And let's do a summary real quick. So what we did in this lecture is we added the menu, the mobile menu icon here, the logo, the nav bar. We added the page name, then we added the daily videos text, or the header first, then we added the thumbnails, and we made a template, and then we built out 4 more to equal 5. Then we added the footer at the bottom, and that, my friends, is the Learn Tech Now page. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.